Hello everyone, welcome to this session on Microsoft 365. I would like to welcome the speaker for this session, Joshua. Joshua has already joined and he will be guiding us about Microsoft 365 and its benefits. So welcome Joshua.
Hi, Chaitanya. I'm happy to be here again. Thank you very much for having me.
We are also happy to have you again, Joshua. Welcome to Stava session on Microsoft 365.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, folks, we will be starting the session in another like 2 to 3 minutes. Our speaker is already here. In the meanwhile, if anyone wants to remind their friends to join this session, then do that because we will be starting this session soon, and I don't want anyone to miss this session. Joshua, are you there? Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, Joshua, I think we can start the session. Uh, if you are there, then let me know.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, cool. So, welcome everyone. Welcome to this session on Microsoft 365. I would like to welcome Joshua for taking his time in joining today, and he will be guiding us about Microsoft 365 and its benefits. So, welcome Joshua. Welcome to this session.
Thank you very much for having me once again. It's a pleasure to be here. Um, it's been a journey, a great journey from the very first time where we had the introduction to cloud computing and then introduction to Microsoft 365. We've spoken a lot about that. We've spoken about the benefits. We've spoken about the the okay. Someone is saying you can't hear me. Can you guys hear me clearly? Let me check my. Okay. All right. I don't know who that person is, but I would say you should try to increase your system or phone volume. Okay, so we've spoken a lot about Microsoft 365, its benefit, its importance. We've spoken about different plans for different kinds of businesses. We've spoken a lot actually. So after all said and done, right? How do we begin? How do we get a Microsoft 365 account? Yeah, and how do we proceed from there? So we've spoken about everything. We've spoken a lot, boring talks, interesting speeches. After all said and done, what next? Right. So we today, let me present my screen. Today we would I don't know if you can see my screen yet. Can you see my screen now? It's coming up.
Yes, Joshua, we can see your screen.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice. Just hold on for me. All right. So after all said and done, how do we get a Microsoft 365 account? So today I would show you on today's agenda, right? I would show you how to get a Microsoft 365 free developer account and subscription. And then I'll show you the step by step for that for the first agenda. And then for the second agenda, I would show you how to begin. So depending on your country of location and some other specific questions that Microsoft might be asking, right? You would have to go through that process yourself. And then sometimes you might encounter some issues, especially maybe with your phone number or something. So this is a business account, so Microsoft has to kind of put some checks in place. Yeah. So for some, it can just be an easy stroll, right? For some, it can be kind of difficult. So, but for the first agenda, we would go through the step by step process. Even for the second one, we would do that. So today, no much talk. No much talk, no much boring stuff. And then today is practicals, right? We're done with boring stuffs. So just yep, all right. So first thing we need to do is navigate. So starting with the first agenda, navigate to the developer.microsoft.com. So without wasting much time, I would share my screen so that we can begin with that. Okay. So like I said, no much talk, no much slide, just so tell me if you can see the blue screen. Just maybe thumbs up. Let me know you can see the blue screen. All right, cool.
Yes, Joshua, you can. Your screen is visible.
Okay, cool. So I have my browser open here. So please, first thing you need to know about getting a developer's account is you need to have an email address, either with Google, either with Yahoo Mail, either with um, my personal Microsoft personal, either with Outlook.com, either with AOL, any provider here. You need to get my an email address first. Yeah, so I have mine open here. As you can see from the top, mine is testing 0012345 at gmail.com. So let me navigate to www.developer.microsoft.com. Sorry, did I get that right? Okay, let me just copy from here and so I don't know why this is doing this. Okay. HTTPS this still giving me this. Just hold on for me, please. Okay, apologies for that. Let's go through a different route. Let me share my screen again. I think my screen is on sorry. Oh, my browser went off. Okay, so let me do this. Let's go through a different route. English. Okay. Let me try something again. I don't understand what happened. So I think can you guys hear me?
Yes, Joshua, we can hear you.
Okay. So you see that I had to come through this URL, right? However, duplicating my URL, the tab, and then I take out every other thing and go back to what I had before, it still comes back to this page. So I think I had some cache issues earlier. So it's either you go through this URL, it brings you directly to this page, which it's fine. However, I would like to always go through the Microsoft, https developer.microsoft.com, and then you can add what's the name /en-us, which means the US English. And if I remove this and still press enter, it redirects me here. So this is the first page you should see, right? And then what do you need to do next? You need to come to product and then come to Microsoft 365. However, if you go through this other one that has Microsoft 365 developer program, it brings you directly to this place. So for us to get to this place, to this point, yeah, that's why we needed to go through this, right? That's why I had to start from this. So you can see this and then you can get confused that how are you going to get the developer's account, right? So all you need to do is click on product, Microsoft 365, and then you come over here to developer program. You click on it and you click on join now. As you can see, it brings us back to this page, which is what we have here, right? So I'll get off this and then continue. So next thing you need to do is click on join now. So before you join now, try to kind of understand what is here. It says join the Microsoft 365 developer program today. Get an instant sandbox pre-configured with sample data, including Teams developer portal, and start developing on Microsoft 365 platform. So this gives you an instant sandbox that is pre-configured, where you can with sample data actually that you can start development. You will see when we get to the point, you will see sample users are created for you. You have sample data, you have sample sites even on your SharePoint, and a lot of other things, right? And then this developer account actually gives you the opportunity to be able to develop develop applications and other things on the Microsoft 365 platform, right? Because the Microsoft 365 platform also gives a room for developers to develop .NET applications and even other applications that you can integrate with technologies or services like Microsoft Teams, right? So what I need to do next is click on Start. All right, so before we proceed here, I would like to go back to my account, my Gmail account. I have it over here, right? And then I enter this. I want to be signed in here so that I can get the password when needed. Read the password is correct. Sorry, the one-time password, yeah, or code I'll be sent. All right, so it tells me to sign in. So I have a Gmail account I want to use. All I need to do is to type in the Gmail account, testing, yeah, 00, yeah, this is it. And I click on next. Okay, we couldn't find that username. All right, just give me one moment. I'll need to stop sharing my screen again. Okay, just 1 minute. So yeah, sometimes you encounter this kind of issues when beginning. Yeah, it's part of it. So you need to troubleshoot to see why this is happening. I didn't, I I didn't want to create this or set this up from scratch, or sorry, from or pre-configure this before now. Yeah, I wanted us to actually go through this and see some of the things you would you would face actually, right? And that's why I said the other one was named the getting the Microsoft 365 account, business account, right? You would even face more issues than this sometimes. So it's good we are seeing all this. So it's not all rosy, right? It's not all rosy. So all these are put in place just to ensure that you're on the right path, and Microsoft is a reputable brand. So yeah. All right, so we should be set any moment from now. So I would like to say this.
Joshua, you are on mute.
Oh, sorry. Speaking of mute. Okay, so I would like to say this, right? I said earlier that you can use any of the accounts, right? Either Gmail, my personal Microsoft AOL. Yeah, so however, you still need those accounts to be registered with Microsoft Personal. So as you can see, when I tried to, it was telling me that I did not, or the account is not a recognized account. Yeah, so I'll share my screen in a bit, and then let's go from there. Yeah, I can use why. Yeah, I can use a new email. I can use my personal emails, but I would let's see how this goes. Mm, okay, so let me try again now. Let's see. You should. Mm, okay, so can you guys still hear me? Can you confirm you can still hear me? So okay, can still hear me. So all right, thank you. I think I would go with someone else's suggestion that says I should use another account. So basically, these are the kind of things you meet, and then you even meet more when you, let's say, you join maybe the Microsoft 365 technical support space, right? You meet these kind of issues where users will call in and say, I tried to do this, I can't do this, I'm unable to do this, I'm unable to get past here. So yeah, this is kind of, you know, the first step for you. Yeah, thank you, AA. So let me try one more time. This now getting too long. I don't plan to spend which didn't plan to spend here. So let's just try one more time and get this done with. Okay. Okay, so I should get a new code. Yeah. So just give me one moment. Let me use one of my personal accounts, which is not supposed to be, but all right. Thank you for waiting, right? So let's go back quickly. Let's go back quickly. Can you guys see my screen now? Is my voice clear now? My voice should be very clear now. Please, the organizer, can you confirm my voice is clear?
Yes, Joshua, your voice is
All
clear.
right.
And
Okay,
your
thank you
screen
very
is
much.
also visible.
Okay, thank you very much. So I would I'll close this since I don't need this. I'll click on join again. I'm going back. It should bring up a page for me to sign in. So I would use my personal email and then click on next. So it should ask me for a password, which I'll input, and then it brings me to this page which says is your security info still accurate? Yes or no. I don't have any of these. I'll just click on looks good, and then I can either decide to stay signed in or not. I'll just click no. Okay, so it says break free from password. I don't need this. No thanks. I'll just keep all this, and then it brings me back to the developer account. So this is where the steps all begins from, right? So it shows my first name and my last name from the email address I am using, and then where everything begins is here. So you need to select your country, right? And then select or type in the company you're working with, and then the language preference, and then you need to accept all the terms and conditions, right? So here I would type in Nigeria, and then I come here, select Nigeria. So you can choose the country in which you are domiciled in, or the country you are from. And then here I would say STYAVA test. Or yeah, community test. And then English is my most preferred. And then I select all these, accept the conditions, and I like information, tips, and offers from Microsoft developer program. I click on next. So it brings me to this page where I need to select my primary focus as a developer. So do I want to develop applications and sell it to the market, or do I want to create custom solutions for my own customer or customers, or do I want to build an application for internal use in my company, right? Just for internal use, or do I want to use the developer account for personal project? So you can choose any one that applies to you. And then for me, I'll choose this and then click on next. And then here it's asking you the area of Microsoft 365 you want to major in basically. So do you want to focus, or are you interested in the SharePoint framework? Are you interested in Microsoft Graph or Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Office add-ins, Outlook, Microsoft Identity Platform, or Power Platform? Which are you interested in? So for me, I'll select everything. So because I can use Graph for a lot of things. I can use Microsoft Graph for all the solutions, all the services in Microsoft 365. I can use it for SharePoint to get a lot of things, to get the list of maybe of a document library, a lot of things you can use Microsoft Graph for. You can use it for all the solutions actually. So it's also an aspect. If you're interested in it, you can explore it basically for development also. And I want to select all these. Yeah, so I'll click on save, and then we would go to the next. So here, remember from the very onset, we saw a message that says Microsoft 365 developer account creates a pre-configured sandbox for us. Yeah, so this is it. This is the place. So you can either decide to configure your own sandbox yourself from scratch. However, I would go with this. So what I want you to get from here is you need to choose your Microsoft 365 developer sandbox, either from scratch, which is this one, or you want the pre-configured one that comes with pre-configured users, pre-configured email and events, Microsoft Teams, and SharePoint, right? So also take note of the right-hand side of the page, right? You have 90 days to be able to use this subscription or the developer program for free. Use it for free. You don't need to pay for it, right? And then you have the domain name. The domain name looks like this, mytenants.onmicrosoft.com. So anytime you're creating a Microsoft 365 tenant, you have what we call the default.onmicrosoft.com. So it automatically adds this. This is default, even for the business account, right? So it except maybe from the very onset you're creating your Microsoft 365 account, you impute you have a domain already, a custom domain, and then you impute it from the very first time. However, if you're not imputing your custom domain from the very onset while you're creating that tenant, right? Microsoft automatically creates a default.onmicrosoft.com. So this my tenant can be anything. It can be Joshua.onmicrosoft.com, depending on the name, right? You impute here. However, since we are getting a developer's account, Microsoft would give us a domain, especially for this part at the my tenant. Yes, Microsoft will give us a domain for that. And then, however, for this, the .onmicrosoft.com is constant, right? And then this renewable E5 subscription. So it gives you the highest subscription in the enterprise space. However, for development purposes, right? And then this expires January 5, 2022, which is not correct actually. And then you also have an admin account. Then you get 25 user licenses. Immediately this is created, you get 25 user licenses, so you can use for up to 25, or can create account on your tenant for up to 25%. So, but please, when you're doing this, ensure you're doing it for legitimate purposes. I beg you, I will need to stress that again. Use it for legitimate purposes. All right. Okay, so I'll click on next, and then it asks me for my region where I want my data to be domiciled. Right. I select here where it has Africa, right? So I'm from Africa. So yeah. So let me choose a username. I would use what I used before now. Sorry, I would use speaker. No, let me just use Joshua. Yeah, so I would create, it needs me to create a very, very long password. So let me try something. So we can see the error also. Let's see. Okay. I don't want this. I don't want to check this box. So your instant sandbox comes with 16 fictitious users pre-installed. So use alternative password for all the users. No, I don't want that. I want them to be the way they are. And then I click on continue. So this might throw up error because of the password, which is why I want you to see it. So okay, it didn't. That's nice. Cool. All right. So I would impute my phone number here. I'll take out the first 0, and then a code should be sent to me. So let me see. Okay, we can't continue with this sign up process. You already have one. All right, so I have this. So let me use my other number. Okay. So I have an account already with this account. So I have to show you this, right? That's why I'm showing you. If not, I'm not supposed to create this. But yeah, let me show you, and then I can deprovision it afterwards. So yeah, 1507. Okay, let me try. Okay, cool. A code has been sent to me. I need to impute the code to proceed. All right, so it's 55372. Click on setup. So these are the steps you need to follow through to ensure that you get the developer's account. So as you can see here, remember I told you that the my tenant, Microsoft provides this for you. So this is my new domain, right? Which is vnw4b.onmicrosoft.com. And I have this subscription for the next 90 days. So let me just write this down here. Okay, so what do I need to do next? We're done. You're done. You have your Microsoft 365 developer subscription, developer account. You have everything set up for you with sample data for users, email, Teams, SharePoint, and the like. So next step is to explore the Microsoft 365 developer account, right? So you can either click on go to subscription, but I prefer right clicking to have this page still open. And then I click on this, right? So my password is so clicking on go to subscription brought me here. So I can sign it. As you can see, it picked up my name and then my domain automatically from here. Can you see? And one thing I didn't show you earlier is you have 9 users already configured for you, right? 9 user licenses and 16 fictitious users. We'll see all that. So I impute the password. Remember when I was creating a username, I added a password. Yeah, so I impute that password here and then I click on sign in. So let's see what happens. All right, so you have 14 days until this is required. So what this is telling me is I need to set up security default, right? So security defaults are enabled to keep your organization secure. So we are past the era of basic authentication. We're now in the era of modern authentication. Even Microsoft themselves have they've disabled basic authentication. So um, modern authentication means you need to sign in with a two-step or you need to verify your account in 2 steps. The first step is to use your basic authentication, which is your username and password. And then the second step is to use maybe answer some questions or use a Microsoft Authenticator app or use provide one-time password from your email or from your phone, anyone. So what this is saying is in the next 14 days, this would be required that I need to provide the second step um, yeah, verification for this account. I can say ask me later or I can say go next. So what should we do? Let's say ask me later, and then I will show you how to ensure that this message doesn't show up again. I'll show you that. So let me just click on this. Let's see. All right. So I can either stay signed in or not. I can click on no. Right. So this should log into my Office 365 or Microsoft 365 account. So yep, Viola, we are here. So we've gotten our account, we've signed in, and this is it. This is what you would see, right? This is what you would see. And then for you to know that you're an admin, you will see the admin pin here. So sometimes you might have users in your organization that, oh, I'm an admin, but I can't perform admin functions. Yeah, we would see all that in subsequent sessions. However, an admin, a global admin, can virtually do anything, right? Depending on the permissions also, the roles assigned to that admin, but global admin in a normal tenant can do anything. So this is how to get a Microsoft 365 developer account. And then quickly, I have 14 minutes left. I'll just show you an overview, and then next session would go through methods through which would create user and so on. So I would like to click on first. I'll click on this here, the menu here, or the app launcher, so I can see all the apps that comes with this developer account. As you can see here, I can click on explore apps. It shows me this, right? Let me do something. Clicking on next should require me to do some settings, which I might not want to do now because of the limited time we have. So I just want to show you this. The other time I clicked on ask me later. Now I'm clicking on next so you can see. So it brings you up here to set up your multi-factor authentication, either using the Microsoft Authenticator, or I can decide to say I want to set up a different method. I click on this and then I choose a different method, either a phone, right? And then I click on confirm, or I can decide to to go with the Microsoft Authenticator app, and then I download it on my phone from here, and then everything is set up for me by following some simple steps. So before I come back to this, let me show you this quickly. Explore all your apps. I click on this. Ask me later. All right. It brings me here to show me all the apps I have. Right. So I have bookings, calendar, compliance, Outlook, list, planner. I have Power BI. I have OneNote. I have Power Apps, Power Automate. I have PowerPoint streams, SharePoint project. But I'm not sure this project would work. This requires you to get an additional license for this. So let's see. This project might not work. Let's see. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. So it says it looks like you don't have a license to create a project. So you need to get an additional license, a project license for this. Yeah, so I know about that. I wanted to just show you. So you also have the Sway to create interactive reports and presentations, Teams, To Do, Visio, Word. So basically, for you or for some other persons, you might not use all these apps depending on what you want to do, right? So where you have all these apps to your advantage, right? So next, let me click on admin just to show you the admin portal, right? I click on admin, and then it brings up the admin page. So this is where everything about Microsoft 365 is carried out, right? This is the Microsoft 365 admin portal. In previous sessions, you might have heard me talk about other admin centers, yeah? So everything about Microsoft 365, this is where it is carried out. However, to carry out specific changes or modification depending on the solution, let's say for Exchange, you have other admin centers here that you can also explore. You have, this is for security and compliance. Security and compliance is where you carry out security settings and compliance settings. The endpoint manager, you have the identity admin center to carry out identity management. And then you also have the Exchange for everything Exchange, that's email, exchange of emails, both sending and receiving. And then you also have SharePoint and Microsoft Teams. So you can click on all admin centers to see other admin centers, Azure ATP, Microsoft Entra. So before we used to have the Azure Active Directory, right? Now it's been, Microsoft has moved to Entra. So as you can see, Microsoft Entra ID is a new name for Azure Active Directory. So clicking on Entra takes me to Entra. However, sometimes I still like to use, just like when Microsoft moved away from the old Exchange Admin Center to the new Exchange Admin Center, sometimes I still prefer using the old Exchange Admin Center because you can do some other things there. Maybe because I'm used to it when it was still the old Exchange Admin Center, right? Very, very conversant with it when the new Exchange Admin Center was introduced. But yeah, you need to get abreast with the new Exchange Admin Center and then Entra, because Microsoft is moving away from all those and to the new one. And then in the long run, those portals would be disabled. So this is how Entra looks like, right? It's Microsoft Entra. However, to go to the former Azure Active Directory, all I need to do is go to portal.azure.com. Yeah, and then I click Ask Me Later, this, and then I'm here. I come here, I come to Azure Active Directory. So it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar. Let it load up. You should see. So it's kind of similar. It's actually similar. So you can do everything here, identity. So it's kind of grouped based on, yeah, based on what you want to perform. So here too, you have all that. So everything is just together, and then you move from one place to another. So that is how to get to this point, the Azure Active Directory portal. And this is the admin center where you carry out Microsoft 365 admin functions basically. And these are all the apps that you have with your Microsoft 365 developer portal. And then yeah, so for this one, for the 14 days that it keeps showing, let me try again. Let me do something. Let me click on Exchange. Let me click on Exchange so I can quickly explain something. Yeah, so this 14 days left for you to set up your security default. You can clicking on this, right? Clicking on next would bring you to this page here, and then you can either decide to let me go through this again. Sorry. I click on next. It should bring me to a page where I need to set up it brings me to this page. So I can either download the Microsoft Authenticator app and use the Microsoft Authenticator app, or I can say I don't want to download a new app on my phone. So I'll just set up a new method, and then I choose phone, right? Choose phone, I click on confirm, and then I select my country. I'm from Nigeria, proud Nigerian, and I add my phone number, right? And then a code is sent to my phone. However, if I don't want to go through this, now that I'm signed in here, I can I'm signed into the admin portal. I can decide to go to, let me use the Azure Active Directory. I can decide to go to the Azure Active Directory and then go to properties, and then it should come up any moment from now. I then scroll down and click on manage security defaults, right? And then I have it enabled here. I can decide to just disable it, and then I have to give a reason actually. I can say too many sign-in days challenges, and I click on save. Disabling this will leave your organization vulnerable to more attacks. Yeah, I'll just disable it. So when I come back here, let's say I want to click on sorry, all admin center. Let me refresh this page. I hope it takes effect immediately. So let me say I want to go to Exchange. I click on this to go to Exchange. Okay, it still brings this up, but it's not supposed to show this anymore after disabling that, right? But I can also decide to go with this, set this up, and then let me set it up with my phone number so that we can see that also. Yeah, and then just I need to impute the phone number here. 91. Just one moment. Yeah, 50716927. So I should get a text now. Okay. I've gotten a text message. Impute the code 302414. Yes. Verified. So I click on next. So this part, great job. This is successful. So choose done signing in. I'm done. Let's see what comes next. All right, I'm signed in. So if I come back here and say go to Exchange, this shouldn't show again. Clicking directly to Exchange, right? Same thing with disabling the Microsoft 365 security default. However, it takes a while. So let me go back here and enable it. All right, so that yeah, it's enabled now. So this is pretty much everything on how to get a developer's account for the next 3 months. you can enjoy it and then move around with it. So in the next session, I'll show you how to do a lot on this page, how to create users. We can create users from Entra, from Azure Active Directory, from Microsoft 365 portal, using different methods. I can use PowerShell. Also show you basics of PowerShell also. Yeah, so the next is to show you how to create a Microsoft 365 business account quickly. To do that, I always go through or tell people to go through this method. Just type in Microsoft 365 business subscriptions, or you can go through the other method I showed you last week, where you needed to answer some questions, and then Microsoft suggests or recommends the best plan for you. Click on that plan, it takes you to the page. Yeah, let me click on this, compare all these. Let me close. Yeah, it brings you here, right? So I have, depending on my business size rather, I can decide to go for any of these. So let's say we want to go for business standard. So all you need to do, like I said last time, Microsoft gives you 30 days for these business subscriptions to try out the product. So all you need to do is to click on try this for 1 month. But mind you, you need to, when you're working with any Microsoft, can you hear me? Okay. When you're working with any Microsoft engineer, please don't divulge, tell or divulge your credit card details. Microsoft do not ask you to kind of verbally say your credit card details out. And when you're also inputting your credit card details, please ensure no one is behind you to just guard against shoulder surfing. So yeah, so it brings you to this page after clicking on try for 1 month, and then yeah, you can try it out. How many people is this for? 1 person? And then depending on the number of people you want to get this for, you can increase to any number. And then as you can see, your money keeps increasing here. And this is per month, remember, 23 users, so 25. So if you want more than 25, for more than 25 users, you need to reach out to Microsoft or you get the enterprise plan. Yeah, so let's say I want one, right? And you click on next. So this is my account. Get started, enter your work or school account. So you need to enter your work or school account, right? And you can decide to change this email. Let's say this is not my work or school account. Let me change this email, and let's say my email address is Joshua at styava.com. Let's see. Click on next. Sorry, my battery is low, so just bear with me. I'm rounding up already, so guys. Okay, so it says this is okay. We can't finish setting up. We need to create an account for you. So an account will be created. So you go through this process, input your company name, everything. Let's say JF, yeah. And then I put a business phone number 23457378912. Company name, sorry, 0913278977. Okay. Okay. +234. So this is where you might have issues actually. Okay, yeah. So you might have issues with this actually. So it should be this then. Okay, yeah, cool. So let's say STYAVA. and then select company size. Let's say 1024. Nigeria. I agree. So more than one character. I click on next. So my phone number, this needs to be verified either by text or by call. Let me use text quickly. So sorry, this way you have some issues which I spoke about earlier. So if you're able to pass this, you get to the next step, and then payments, you get to sign in details. From here, as you can see here, payment futures, right? So if you have this issue here, you need to contact support to help you do this. So thank you very much, guys, for your time, for listening to me, for troubleshooting with me earlier. I really appreciate that. And then we'll continue in the next session with exploring more about Microsoft 365. So let me not bore you with too much talk again. Thank you very much for having me today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Joshua. Thank you for taking your time in joining us. And thank you so much for guiding us about Microsoft 365. We look forward to have you in more such kind of sessions.
Yes, thank you very much. I see some person's hands are up. If you have questions, right, you can quickly put them in the chat box. So someone is saying they missed the last session. Where can I get it? So this is the PowerPoint. The video is available on Styava YouTube channel, and then on their LinkedIn page. You can check it out there. Yeah, you can check it out there. Thank you very much for having me, guys. Thank you. And yeah, thank
Feel
you.
free to ask if you have any questions. We will be happy to answer. Write down your questions in the chat box, and the recording for the session is available on our YouTube channel, Steva YouTube channel. I have shared the link. You can check out from there. And the recording of today's session will be also get uploaded there. Yeah. So this is the link for the YouTube channel. I have shared the link. You can find the recording uh, on our YouTube channel, and today's session recording will also get uploaded here.
Yeah,
Thank you
so
so
there's a
much,
question
everyone.
here. Sorry, there's a question here by David. Says, must one register with Microsoft first, or I can use any email? Yeah, you can use any email, but when you encounter kind of issues we encounter today, you might maybe get another email, or you can install Microsoft personal, yeah. But you should be able to use any email. And then Mohammed also said, yeah, try Hotmail or Outlook, yeah, it goes through. Mohammed also said it worked for me. Yeah. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's session. Thank you for spending your Saturday morning with us. And I hope you had a great learning experience. And I have shared the attendance form link. Please do fill this so that we can send you the certificate. I have pinned the attendance form link in the comment section. Please fill out the attendance form, and we will be sending the attendance form. We will be sending the certificates to only those who fill the attendance form. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you so much, Joshua, for taking your time. We look forward to have you in many more sessions. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
thank you.